I like how her name is Nola, like New Orleans, Louisiana.
He's about to do a fucking hurricane on her ass.
Yeah.
What was it? Katrina. He's about to give her the big Katrina.
It's the God Awful Gospel Hour. And this is Sunday service. It's a Sunday. We're recording on Sunday, and it's the Lord's Day. And we're watching fucking Waterworld on 4K.
Yep. She's a good girl. She loves her mother.
Her mother.
She loves Jesus. And America, too.
And Mexico, too.
We have a format now. We're going to start every song with a Chinese.
Yeah, every episode with an offensive impression singing
I
song.
was trying to think of what that's called. I think it's just called karaoke.
Yeah.
It already has a name. Did you get the Ghost Teddies picture I sent you?
The what?
Ghost Titties? I sent it to you on Instagram.
Yes.
There's all these girls putting on that outfit and jumping around.
Really?
Googly eyes on their boobs.
I haven't seen that. Is that a new thing?
I love fads.
Yeah.
I love cool
I love
fads.
some fads.
Try some crazy new stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of ghosts, R.I.P. Matthew Perry.
Yeah, so Matthew Perry died.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. He'd be the first friend to go. Right?
Yeah.
And then then immediately there was, could I be more dead?
Could have been
Could
Ross.
I
He
be
could have
more
been like,
dead?
Rachel, I died first. Why me? That's very Jewy to give you that.
We were on a break.
Rachel, stop choking me to death. We have 69 YouTube subs. We had 68. I just wanted one more. And then 2 people came on and went to 70, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then one of them left. And I was like,
Oh, really? Did
good,
somebody?
fuck you.
Yeah, good. Good.
Keep it at the next milestone is 420. From 69 to 420.
Oh, yeah.
So we went and saw Smellers of the Flower Poon today.
It was good. It was very, very long. It had to have been 3.5 hours.
326, yeah.
It was like 3 hours in, and they walked by asking for last call at Draft House.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was like, God, there's still like that means there's still half an hour of the movie left. Whenever they come around asking for last calls, because you got to give them time for everything. And then the check drop happened.
Yeah.
20 minutes after that.
De Niro did a really good Jewish accent. He was like, Ernest, do you like pussy, Ernest?
The Sling Blade Jew movie.
Well, yes, Uncle, I do. I like red pussy. I like stinky, swollen red pussy. I'm greedy.
I like all kinds of pussy.
I'll take a purple pussy. I don't care. I'm greedy.
Did he say that he would bang a black chick? Did he say ebony?
Karaoke pussy. No, he said green or blue or something.
Said I like red, I like white, I like blue.
I'll go to outer space and try some of that. So we might get some dynamic insertions in our podcast eventually. My wife was like, "Are you ever going to make money on the podcast?" And I was like, "We have to get dynamic insertions. Do you want to go upstairs and do some dynamic insertions? Then we can make money. You can make your own ads. There's that guy we're talking to, the CEO of our podcasting company, by accident. Somebody just chimed in on Reddit, and I looked him up on LinkedIn, and it was like, owner and CEO of the whole thing. I was like, oh, cool. Hey, hi, wow, thanks.
That's good customer support right there.
Yeah, thanks for responding.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Downloads cratered. I don't know what happened, but showed her butt.
Just the rapture. It was another COVID.
Yeah, right.
All the old people died. That's
our
audience.
That's the audience, right? we attract a very QVC crowd.
So what'd you think of Killers of the Flower Moon?
I thought it was good. I was like, this feels like Goodfellas after a while.
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro basically plays the same guy, the mastermind.
Scorsese makes funny movies.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of funny. DiCaprio did a retard thing.
Yeah.
He was like,
he did Sling Blade. He's like Jew Sling Blade.
No, but then he was also talking about the person with PTSD back from the war that was all.
Yeah, some people come back and they're all like,
every time I laughed, the people next to me were disgusted. They gave me the harumph.
Yeah.
Because he said that she couldn't have an open burial because she had no face.
Yeah.
I started laughing. And then when the Alamo said, we pay our workers a decent wage, that was funny. That was one of the funniest parts of the whole thing.
So the Alamo Draft House right now has a thing saying, we pay our workers fairly and a decent wage and blah, blah, blah. Therefore, we're adding an 18% gratuity to your check automatically.
They should have said, we and also you pay our workers a decent wage together as a team.
So you don't have to leave them a tip.
So we've had, we're having a day of cinematic master strokes. Killers of the Flower Moon and Waterworld now. We're letting the creatives give us their muse, inspiration.
That's funny. We talked about that with Celia. We talked about the guy that goes, "Oh, thank God!" whenever the flare blows him up.
Welcome to the Waterworld show. We also talked about it, you and me, last time. About how Kevin Costner is the French Duke of gay apocalypse movies. He's like, I'm the boss. I tell everybody what to do, and I have some weird thing with me. But yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon was good. It was very long. De Niro did a good Jew impression. They had some funny parts. We already had some drama from Native American, indigenous. What am I supposed to say now? I can't remember. They said Indian in that movie a lot. It was great.
I know. I was like, hey, you got to be
of the times.
period correct.
They're not that woke. You said it. They said it was woke, but they still said the
well, there's people who are going to say anything is woke now because they're looking for everything everywhere all at once.
We had a problem on TikTok, though. This lady, I'm assuming that she's Osage or something. Chickasaw? Wickersham Indians? She's a Montopolis Indian.
Yeah.
We put something funny about, again, Kevin Costner, Yellowstone, how you have land spread out far and wide, but the problem back then was the smell of dead Indians after you gave them blankets.
Yeah, right.
And she put delete this, which is one of my favorite criticisms of the show yet.
Delete this.
Erase this. It was like Beyonce with that ugly picture.
Yeah, that's not happening. Okay, Barbara Streisand. Yeah.
I don't engage with haters, but I wanted to write back and be like, it's the word awful's in the show.
Yeah.
Like, if this was called the Shitty Guy Show, would you get mad at us for being shitty guys?
Yeah.
Like, every actor ever, their favorite roles are villains.
The Dude Show.
Like, I want to
the
be
Bro Show.
Yeah. We're being assholes because all our friends are assholes, and assholes are hilarious. That's why it's called awful. The instructions.
Not only awful, we're god awful.
Have you ever been in a whirlwind romance before?
Yeah. I mean, like sex, lots of sex for like a week or two.
Yeah, depending on your age. You know?
Yeah.
If you're early 20s, that's very romantic.
Yeah.
You put a lot of existential stank on that one.
Existential stank on that.
How young you are, that's the one.
You have to use that existential stank on a relationship.
She's got angel wings coming off of her fallopian tubes. Head over heels in love. You ever been head over heels in love?
Not that. Yeah, maybe for like a day or at a time.
Yeah.
But not for like
You've had ideations.
Yeah, ideations.
Suicidal ideations about being in love with.
Yeah.
There's one way to end your life.
Yeah.
Just be with somebody. The whirlwinds and head over heels are both like outside of romance. Those are not good things. Whirlwinds come through and there's a cow leg sticking into the wall, and everyone's
like
car
steel
is
beams
down.
driven through your living room, and
nobody wants to go head over heels. You're gonna get a head injury.
That sounds like falling down the stairs.
Yeah, all the euphemisms for falling in love are associated with horrible bodily injuries. Have you ever fell in love so hard your heart hurt and you just couldn't be without the?
It's a dark joke. There's a girl who told me she was head over heels in love with me, and then she told me she was pregnant, and then she went head over heels down the stairs. Hey. It
was a whirlwind romance. You want to take a break and fix your mic? What's going on over there?
I don't know what is going on with my mic. It keeps cutting. It keeps
cutting
out.
You have to hold the bass special.
I
now?
wonder if it is the
balls.
cable or just the connector. Hang on a second. Let me unplug it.
Don't move. You can't move. Whoa, you got some feedback. Just tap it and make a techno beat.
Do. Okay.
Okay.
It sounds good if I just hold it like this, but the connector is being kind of gay.
So we're gonna have the conversation.
It's not being male to female and it's being kind of gay.
Speaking of females,
yeah,
we're communicating. We're good communicators on this show. We're not misogynists. We don't hate anyone. The differences are funny. We're having the conversation. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Men and women have been opposite of each other for thousands of years, and it's been funny the whole time. It's not going to stop now.
Yeah.
We're not better now than we were before. We're worse. So, this is the shitty guy show.
The situation has not improved.
Enough for everyone to all of a sudden be enlightened like the fucking Mr. Burns alien.
Yeah.
We bring love. Everything is not euphoria. But we were watching Fail Army, and we noticed something today. My son and I. Fail Army is full of a lot of yelling women. We like to have dinner as a family and watch. Basically, it's America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, you like watching people get hit in the nuts and
Yeah.
fall down off of things. And a woman always goes, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, all my favorite ones are like big accidents where like a boat
Yeah.
goes into a house.
Yeah.
There's always some dumb old fat bitch like, "Watch out, Stuart! I told you to watch out for that."
Yeah.
And and it never helps. She never warns anybody in time to stop the problem.
Yeah.
So it's just a cool video of something breaking with these horse noises.
There's a few of those. There's the Nice Ron video where the woman is filming the deer coming up to her porch and eating off the little deer feed thing.
Yeah.
And then her husband in the background sneezes and they all run away and she goes, "Nice Ron!" And he goes, "Oh, I sneezed. What? I'm not allowed to sneeze." And it just cuts off. There's the one where the kid throws the frisbee onto the highway and the other kid goes, "What the fuck, Richard?"
And then there's our favorite. "Who's taking a shit? Disgusting." That's a good yelling woman.
Who's been not flushing after they've had a shite? Disgusting.
Here's my other favorite thing that girls do. They use their star signs to excuse horrible behavior.
Yes.
"I'm a bitch. I'm an Aries." And you're supposed to go, "Oh, well, that's okay then. Please, ruin my life. It's okay.
You can't control your actions.
It's not your fault that you're ruining my life. It's the month that you were born in."
Right.
"I'm sorry. I'm so cunty. I'm a Sagittarius."
Man, astrology is hilarious. It's like it is the most basic white girl system of belief. Like it's mostly white girls that believe in astrology, right?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of minorities that believe in astrology. I mean, like the Hispanic girls, they believe in like curanderos and stuff, like where you put the egg over people and then they crack it open and it's got blood in it. And it takes away all the bad vapors,
and
bad
practice
humors.
Santeria.
I don't think.
know, crystal ball.
What do Indian girls believe? Like, do they believe in some kind of?
Which bucka or
Yeah.
dot on the?
They, they believe in the I don't know, the goddess or something. I don't know.
Speaking of Indian girls, you were telling me that my joke was wrong because I said women can't drive for the Indian landing.
Right.
And you were like, women can drive in in India. They can't drive in Pakistan.
They can't. Yeah, they can't drive in Saudi
I have a
Arabia.
correction. Women can't drive anywhere. They've been continuing to not be able to drive in all the countries.
And if you think about it, Saudi Arabia kind of has the right idea.
So India asking them to please not drive is accurate as far as people on every continent requesting that they please cease operating a motor vehicle. True pimps spend no dough on the booty. That's why it's fuck bitches and get money. But those are mutually exclusive. I've never been able to do both those at once. If you want to fuck bitches, you're going to lose money.
No, I think it is. I think it's like fuck bitches. Like don't even bother with them.
Screw that.
Get money.
Okay.
And then the bitches come.
Oh, this is the Scarface.
Yeah.
First
you get the money, then you get the power. But that's why I don't know if you remember back in the day. This is like something awful meme era, but like they would find those old goofy old timey pictures of like the 1700s. Like the one, the one of the guy going like that, like the old like paintings, and the guy's like making a face.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few of those like that. There's one with the guy like pointing and smiling.
Yeah.
And they would take rap lyrics and put them over that, but they would like intellectualize rap lyrics.
Oh yes.
So it's like my maternal parental unit has requested that I render you unconscious.
Yeah.
And so one of those was disregard females, acquire wealth.
Yeah.
So that's why I always knew it was fuck bitches, as in like, no, fuck bitches. I don't care about
disregard.
bitches. Fuck them hoes.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Fuck bitches, get money, and then the bitches will come, and you don't have to worry about the like there's double entendre.
Because you now have money, they can come and take all of it.
Well, they'll
You
try.
have to have a pot of gold
Yeah.
for them to come and take your pot of gold.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
There's a lady that lives around the corner from me. She had ramps out in front of her house. She was a skater, and I was like, "Oh, cool, a skater girl." And maybe we'll run into each other. Maybe we can skate sometimes or whatever. And then she pulled me over right here next to your house because I used the bike lane to turn in my truck.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But she's damn it.
She followed me.
But she's also a skater.
Yeah.
Like a skateboard skater.
Yeah. I mean, she's 40. Nobody's a skater at 40. Your knees are fucked.
I mean, was she on a skateboard?
Act like you like it, but it hurts.
Yeah.
She's also into anal for the same reason. She can act like she likes it.
She talks a big game. Yeah. But then whenever it's game time.
But she chased me all the way here from my house behind me in the truck. And She doesn't
the
have
bike lane on Westgate.
Yeah.
You were like
To turn to get to your house.
To turn. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
It's a lane. It's part of the road.
Yeah.
I fucking engineered all these streets.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Are you a city employee?
Yeah. I
To mute that.
People took away the driving the turn lane and put a bike lane there.
Are you shitty employee? Shitty employee.
But if there's no bikes, that's still a piece of road that you can use to turn, especially if it's 5 cars piled up at the stop sign. So I think she got mad because I buttsies and cutsies in front of everybody. She probably would have done it if she thought of it, so she got mad that I thought of it first. Or maybe she was about to pull into the bike lane and I flew up behind her and took the whole thing. I don't know. But she pulled me over right over here around the corner, and she goes, "Excuse me, where are you from?" And I was like, "Virginia." And she was like, "Well, we don't drive like that here."
And you're like, how like that?
She's like, "You use the bike lane to turn. That's illegal." And I was like, why should I even tell you that you're wrong?
Yeah.
You're not going to learn anything.
I'm not even going to dignify this with a response.
You're not going to change.
Yeah.
She was so mad.
Yeah.
There's no reason. It's like explaining a rainbow to a blind person when someone's mad.
It reminds me of that movie, the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
And he's like walking up to his apartment and he'd just taken the smart pill.
Yeah.
And his landlord's wife comes out and starts yelling at him for not paying the rent and calling him a piece of shit. But now he's got the smart stuff and he just kind of looks at her and he goes, "What's wrong? Why are you so mad?
Yeah.
You normally don't even say anything to me. I don't even register. So why are you all of a sudden angry at me?
Yeah.
What's going on in your life?" Then he ends up fucking her.
Nice.
So maybe that was your chance to do some Bradley Cooper Limitless shit.
Damn it.
And be like, what's wrong? Why are you so angry?
I'm good. Fuck
What's going on in your life?
I'm going to get money.
Yeah.
I'd rather get money than fuck with that situation.
That would definitely cost you money. That would definitely cost you a lot of money.
She stole my pot of gold. That was the other best part of Scorsese makes fun of Jews. He had "you Jew motherfucker" you in Casino.
You're a Jew.
The whole Killers of the Flower Moon was Jews going, "We have to get all of this money.
Yeah.
We have to take the dead people's money. We have to make sure the right people die so that we get all the money."
Yeah.
And they're yelling at each other in a very Jewy way. Pacino's yelling at DiCaprio, "You have to go get the money. You have to make sure that I get all of the money. Or else I'm going to slap you on the bottom."
In the Masonic temple.
Did you get spanked?
Yeah.
Spanked?
I was raised evangelical.
Did you have to go sit in your room and think for a while first?
I don't
or
remember.
Did they come right in there?
I just remember the belt. I got the belt a few times.
We got that. They didn't want to hit us in anger, so you have to go 10 minutes and it'll be in there.
Yeah.
Which is it's more punishment.
Yeah, it's the
you get to
anticipation
go
of
wait
the
to get
pain.
Hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go think about how I'm going to hit you soon.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there was just so much weird stuff. Next, it starts off and it seems a little bit more lighthearted at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's goofy, and they're like, oh, they're going to get all their money. Yeah, they're bad guys. Ha, ha, ha. And then it just gets darker and darker and darker and worse. Yeah. It becomes a Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah. It was it had a turn. It had a Requiem for a Dream type turn when everybody was sick and sweating and
it's
dark.
Yeah.
That was when the gummy kicked in for me.
Yeah, whenever things got sad.
I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, that was definitely one I could have said here. It was better than The Irishman. I will say that. The Irishman was long and boring, and it was even more like dour and
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's better than The Irishman. I like The Irishman just because of Philly and all the East Coast shit and all that.
Yeah, but the problem was they were just like
shit.
the de-aging. They're 80 years old. Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro are 80 years old now, so you can't make them look 40 in a computer and then have them walk around like they're still 40.
No. I mean, De Niro looks like an old Jew now.
Yeah.
He's not Italian anymore.
He definitely squints like he's trying to figure out the bill now.
He's shocked by the amount of the
bill.
Yeah,
He's like,
this is too much. It's too bright for him.
I'm allergic to this. Oh,
oh God. So yeah, now we're watching Waterworld, and the lady offered him titties to take care of the baby.
Yeah, it showed her butt. That's only good stuff you get whenever you're 14 years old, and this movie comes out in 1995.
She's like,
13.
"Is there something else you want?" And he's like, "I'm a fish person. I don't care about pussy."
Yeah, yeah. I should be doing this more often. I've got a big old collection of 4K Blu-rays that I haven't watched a lot of them, and I should just be putting these on randomly at random times.
We were talking about how Kevin Costner appeals to the 90s female fantasy because every dude was just average.
Schlubby looking. Oh, he looks like he could be a pitcher for baseball.
Well, plus, you know what else appeals to the female fantasy? A man with gills that can go down on you for 8 hours and never come up.
It won an Academy Award, dude.
That was Kathleen Kennedy.
The best.
She was on the Academy that year.
And she was trying to she was trying to add some gill diversity.
Make him
It's
have gills. Make him gay.
too many actors have lungs and not gills. We really need some representation for the gill people. So that's where Shape of Water came from.
All the gill people were screaming underwater. Please help us. We don't have representation.
But I can't see myself on screen. I can't identify with humans. I need to have a gill person so I can say, hey, I can even this.
I don't feel heard. You're underwater.
Yeah.
I can't hear you because you're under the water. No, none of you are feeling heard. There's not one more that's more heard than anyone else.
I'm not feeling seen. Yeah, you can't see anything down there. It's dark underwater.
Well, yeah, it's freezing cold today. It's great.
Yeah.
40 something.
Yeah, it blew through. It was warm this morning. It was like last night I walked outside and it was 76 degrees and I was like, I'm going to stand out here for a minute and enjoy this because I know this isn't going to be going on for much longer. And then this morning it was still like 70.
Yeah.
And then the clouds got dark and it blew in and started raining and I walked outside 10 minutes later and it was already the cold weather.
I use my
It was
nipples.
already here.
I use my nipples as a barometer.
Yep.
I go, ooh, it's not t-shirt time anymore.
It's not shorts time. I'm wearing my warm pants.
Did you see that video? Got that guy hitting wax dabs so hard that he turned gay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he starts coughing so bad.
He takes his shirt off and starts rubbing his nipples. I got so high, I'm gay now. I can't stop. He's like, You're pretty good at coughing on stuff.
Yeah.
Chokes on dick.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. Be right back. Okay, we're back.
I just ate Donnie's cupcake.
I just made cupcakes.
She was good.
They were cooled off enough, but they were tiny. I've got to figure out how to get baking stuff to rise. I can't bake. I'm not a good baker.
I think you're missing the required equipment.
What is the required equipment?
Vagina.
Oh shit. Maybe you're right.
You need that yeast to make shit rise.
Right.
Holy Tifa's tits, it's time for nerd news. Donnie,
Hell
your favorite
yeah.
thing in the world.
All right, what stupid Star Wars bullshit are we talking about today?
Get ready to make Zerbert noises
Yeah.
in every one of these.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Mortal Kombat's $10 fatality?
Is it DL? It's like you have to. Is it microtransaction to get a better fatality?
Just for a move, yeah.
That's so stupid.
I mean, that's what the complainers are saying. I'm sure it's exaggerated. They
Yeah.
took all my $10 just for
I'm gonna look it up.
a pumpkin murder. You can be a pumpkin and kill somebody. Which, of course, my 10-year-old was like, cool. And I was like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
It's a move. It's not a skin.
That's not how we grew
It's
up.
not a level. It's not the Lost and the Damned.
This ain't how we do it.
It's not extra real estate added onto the map. This is not DLC. I mean, it is, because the first DLC that everybody got pissed about was that horse armor from Skyrim.
Right.
Or whatever.
Was it Oblivion?
Yeah.
Man, stuff's been going on forever.
That's some dope-ass horse armor, though. Look like gay silver feathers all over your horse.
Mortal Kombat fatalities. Mortal Kombat X charges that's charges players for easy fatalities, but that's from 2015, so they've been doing this for a while then.
Yeah.
Oh, paid Halloween DLC fatality.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a Halloween fatalities that you can get.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat as a service. That's like
I mean, that's how it started.
that's what it
You
is.
got to put another quarter in.
Right.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
But you
pay to
got
play. It's
but
been
you
pay
got
to
the
play.
whole game on that quarter. You didn't.
Yeah. There were iterations.
There was
of it.
nothing locked behind more quarters.
That was one of the biggest first arcade games where everybody was like, "What are you gonna? Are you gonna get on Super NES or Genesis?"
Yeah.
Because there was different versions.
Yeah. So my brother brought his kids over the other day, and I just put on Billy Madison. And I don't know if my nephew'd seen it before, but my niece definitely hadn't. We were sitting there, and he's sitting there with the kids in like first grade, and one of them goes, Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis is the greatest game of all time. And he goes, I disagree. Mortal Kombat is a very good game, but I think the best game is Donkey Kong. And the kid goes, Donkey Kong sucks. And he goes, you know something? You suck. And I was like, oh, my God. That's that's the only Sega Genesis game I have is Mortal Kombat 1, physically.
Okay.
Because I bought it maybe because of that scene. I don't know. But so anyway, when Mortal Kombat came out on the 16-bit systems, Do you remember the Super Nintendo version was all like sweat? It wasn't blood,
Yeah,
and there was
family
like
friendly.
no fatalities. But the Sega Genesis version was full violent, full blood.
That's
So everybody wanted the Sega Genesis version.
That's another reason Spider-Man 2 is ultra woke or whatever. You beat someone up and the shit flies out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And I did photo mode and zoomed in on it. And it was chrome.
Oh yeah, it was that chrome. So was it supposed to be blood?
Or barf, or I don't know, or maybe it's venom, maybe it's symbiote, something.
Who was it? Who was it that was throwing up in that screenshot?
It's a street thug.
Yeah, that's not
blowing
supposed.
up.
Maybe it was just a glitch.
Maybe he blew the Terminator.
It could have been the T-1000.
He started throwing up chrome cum. So we got Diablo because it was on sale and because no good games are coming until February. So we're going to survive the long winter by
Yeah. Well,
playing.
there's Baldur's Gate 3,
yeah.
and then there's Diablo 4. There's lots of playtime in those. You could get your money's worth on those
5
games.
games that I need to get all the way through. I didn't get to do Spider-Man. I just watched him do Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I got Lords of the Fallen. I got Armored Core still to finish. And then, Baldur's Gate I got to get all the way through, and Diablo. So I should be good. But I don't get a lot of time. I'm a living YouTube channel now. I watch a child play video games.
You're just watching Let's Plays, but
I
it's just your
react.
kid. And he's not as interesting as some of those. You know,
He's got zingers.
yeah. Yeah, you're talking about him talking about double penetration and shit while he's playing games.
Time for a DP.
I sat down. I got 3 more side quests in Final Fantasy 16 done last night, and I was gonna sit down and actually beat it this weekend. But then I realized how much more I have to do. I want to get all the hunts. I got to get all the little relics, so that because you said that you can merge them together or something
Yes.
in the New Game Plus.
New Game Plus, anything you have doubles of, you can make it double strength.
Okay, so yeah, I mean I have to get all the double things. So
The most
it's gonna
valuable
take a
things
while.
are the ones that you have to do those time trials to
Yeah.
get, and that's gonna. I couldn't even do that when I was here, so it's impossible for anyone to ever try. Have you heard all the game company layoffs recently?
Which ones?
In the news.
I
don't
mean,
know.
did Naughty Dog get rid of some people?
Yeah.
Oh no! I guess they need to hurry up and come out with a new Last of Us game that will totally make a whole lot of money because everybody's going to buy that. They just won't tell you how many it sold.
Sure, they're wiping their tears with $100 bills. I did.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know how good they're doing. A lot of these places.
They make it sound like it's slavery. So you have to work long hours and there's crunch times.
No, I know that I know that people that I know who have gone into the game industry to become people who make video games, they all said it was basically like going and working for the Walmart of video games. Because all the major studios are huge, giant corporations, Warner Brothers and places like Sony and Microsoft. So it's all just corporate hell.
The big companies are Chinese and they're not nice. They're
Yeah,
not nice to anybody. They don't have to be nice. They whip their children.
yeah. There's got to
They
be.
whip their
Where are
children's
all the
eyes.
mid-range studios? Where are all the studios that make the
Big
$15
mode.
million rom-com movies? You know.
The people that make their little games for your tourney crank system.
Yeah.
What's that? Analog pocket
Yeah,
analog?
That little crank system that
Somebody
he
made
had,
one.
yeah. Yeah, the little indie game people that make little top-down Zelda things or side-scrolling platformers because those are the easy ones to. You can basically just like throw that stuff together at this point.
Yeah,
But-
my kid plays all my games, and then I get to do New Game Plus.
Yeah,
And by then, all the quality of life shit has been updated for the day one patch, so I actually get a better version of every game. He
Yeah.
finishes it, he doesn't care anymore, and then I play the one with all the extra crap, and then fixes a couple weeks later. It's like Patient Gamer, but for quality.
yeah, right.
The Game
Right.
Awards are coming in December 7th.
Yeah, so I guess probably what was the stuff this year? I bet Spider-Man 2 gets some inclusive bullshit award.
Yeah.
I assume Tears of the Kingdom will probably be up for a lot, and then what was the other crazy critically acclaimed game? Because Elden Ring was last year.
Mm-hmm.
What was the big critical game
Baldur's
this
Gate.
year? Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3.
Clean up.
Yeah, it's gonna make Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom, I guess, are probably what
Once
everybody
again,
agrees.
the devil wins. The bums
Yeah.
lose, Lebowski.
Yeah.
The churches are all for lease. And Dungeons and Dragons is the number one piece of media for the children of the world.
Now Dungeons and Dragons is the new religion, and orcs are black. I think. I can't remember what they're saying now.
They're black. They're
There's what wheelchairs. There's magic wheelchairs. There's things, and actually, I was talking to a person about this, about how it must be so much easier to be trans in fantasy worlds because they could just go abracadabra and you're a woman or a man, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore, and you can be your true self, right?
That works so bad. They're not vegan.
Yeah.
Because meat's back on the menu, boys. So obviously they're not good people. 'Cause
Right.
they eat meat.
Right, but you can't say that any race is evil, even though they're not races. They're basically just species in fantasy. And fantasy is not reality. Do you remember whenever they banned Magic the Gathering cards? Right whenever George Floyd happened, they got rid of like 5 or 6 different legacy cards. One of them was Jihad,
Okay.
and one of them was
Nice.
there's something about gypsies, and
How
there
much
was
those are worth now?
Do
Yeah,
you know
I
how
know.
much money we could get for those? You need to get that money. Ernest, go
the
get all
Magic the
those-
Gathering.
Go get all those jihad cards so we can have the money go our way.
Get them from the Indians. Then there was one cleanse. It was a white Magic card that destroyed all black creatures on the board. It was
Oh.
called cleanse.
The
So therefore,
Othello.
obviously, they're talking about black people,
Yeah.
and they're talking about ethnic cleansing. They're not talking about white magic versus dark black magic, because that's just crazy. In
The
a game
sun's-
called Magic the Gathering, that's crazy. That's a crazy idea.
The sun's not allowed to go down anymore because nighttime is racist.
Yeah.
You can't have dark anything. Are you going to do Metal Gear collection?
No,
You're not
no,
gonna-
I'm not. I'm
Did you
not.
do 'em
It's,
back
it's a
in the day?
ripoff. It's they're bad ports. They're shitty. It's remember whenever they put out the Grand Theft Auto remasters, like the Vice City remaster, and they just smoothed everything over and it looked terrible.
Yeah.
It's borderline that with this Metal Gear Solid thing, and they're buggy and they have all kinds of problems. I have original Metal Gear Solid. I have a ROM of it, but I don't have my original copy. But I have 2 and 3 on the PS2 still.
Why play 3 again? They're making Delta.
Right.
It's
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean,
pretty.
well,
It's gonna be like the Dark Souls of.
how much you want to bet there's going to be some dumb shit? Although it is Konami, maybe Japanese places won't be so dumb.
You can't choke snakes anymore. 'cause
Yeah.
it's racist against snake people.
I have 4 on PS3, and then I have the collection.
Yeah.
I have the collection that has all 4 on PS3. So I don't need another copy of Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Solid 2.
I don't want to play the old ones after spending so much time on Phantom Pain. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
And that's the systems that are
Yeah.
acceptable for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully Delta has all the same systems, but it's not.
But Kojima's
studio.
not involved in a remake or whatever. What's he
the
doing?
joy of menus.
Death
That's what
Stranding
games
2?
make me love
Yeah.
menus. It goes pating.
Well, Final Fantasy, man. Menu Man.
What are you looking forward to for Black Friday? Is there anything you're going to wait for it to be on sale?
Shoot.
Oh, sorry, not Black Friday. Just dark.
It's
nice,
Black Friday, but
good
we capitalize
Friday.
black. Yeah.
Happy, nice Friday time for everybody.
Black in a good way Friday. Black is better Friday. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I need some like little things like maybe Sonos. I doubt Sonos shit'll have a good Black Friday sale, but I just a bunch of little technology things are all I
Shoes? You
want.
looking at any new shoes?
Maybe I'll look for some new shoes.
Did you do Alan Wake? Do you care about Alan Wake?
Oh, that is you mean Alan Woke?
Yeah,
That's what they're calling it now.
Nines across the board.
Oh, that's how you know. The critics all love it. They
Did you
think
play
it's
the
the
first
greatest
one?
thing in the world. I have the first one on, and you're walking with a flashlight.
Yeah.
You're a guy. It's like a movie game. It's
play
just a
Max
game where you
Payne
walk
or
around and
Control?
look things. Right? Is Alan Wake the same as Max Payne?
And
people?
Control. Yeah, Remedy
Control, yeah.
Studios.
Aren't those just ones where you walk around and look at things and
You
talk
love
to people?
Control. It's a space lesbian.
Oh yeah, nice.
She just blows up stuff with her
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
She yells at fail army videos. She's like,
I told you to warn you to be careful.
I want it because it got 9s. I'm like the opposite of you. I get lied to by the media, and I'm like, that looks great.
Yeah.
But I can't get into a game where the bad guy is just the darkness because that's racist.
Yeah.
And because it's like, make an enemy. Make a cool thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Alan Wake, the original one, was kind of open world, so I was intrigued by that. And
Isn't it just you walk around and you look at clues and you
Yeah.
select options and dialogue and stuff? There's not
Yeah.
much like actual gameplay. There's
we
not.
can go outside. We can go outside and do that right now.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the neighbors and get some clues and have a flashlight. Look, I'm a game. I'm
I just got
Alan
a
Woke.
clue. Oh, I just got. Have you seen the episode of South Park with the Hardly Boys?
The Hardy Boys.
Or it's these two little gay brothers and like, oh, I just got a clue. Oh, my clue's pointing over here. Oh, it's good. You have to watch that one.
So Henry Cavill's going to be the new Highlander. That means he's broken 2 curses now. He broke the Superman curse and the there can be only one Highlander curse. He doesn't care. He's so strong.
I guess he's the only Superman there can be right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dean Kane's still around. Isn't he like MAGA?
They're gonna get Angela.
I think
Bassett.
Dean Kane is like
Angela
conservative.
Bassett's gonna be the new Superman.
Oh, don't.
I'm Superman now. Shut up. She can't say
Yeah.
anything about it.
Yeah, and just put a chick in it, make her gay.
Did you get Mario Wonder yet?
No, I'm gonna. I'm gonna get that through our connections, but I'll probably get that in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe I'll take it on my trip with me
Yeah, he was
when I
trying
go to
get me
Minnesota.
Get digital because it's even cheaper.
Yeah.
When we went to Jew Boy Burgers, I got a Jew Boy T-shirt from Jew Boy Burgers.
Oh, you did?
I'm gonna just get both of them and just wear Jew Boy shit all the time
Excellent.
because I'm allowed. But yeah, he said it'd be cheaper for downloadable, and I was like, I need it physical because what Donnie said. Because I have 2 Switches and you can't.
Yeah.
And I checked with him to see if we could get the same account logged in, Mr. Nintendo,
Yeah.
and he said no. You have to buy it again. Of course.
To buy, okay, it's a Nintendo. You got to buy
He
multiple
works
copies.
for Nintendo, so he said, I want you to buy more Nintendo. Duh. It will not work for you.
I just like having physical games. I'm old-fashioned that way, I guess. I don't know.
I think we should do an episode where we eat shrooms and play Mario
Yeah.
Wonder over here.
Wow.
So they added the Batman Robert Pattinson suit to Arkham Knight,
Yeah.
and everyone lost their minds.
Like how? Who's playing Arkham Knight?
Everyone loses their minds.
I have 100% at Arkham Knight, and I have no. Well, I don't need to go back just to get another
I'm sad.
uniform.
Yeah, it made me think they were
100%
going to do
it.
something like a DLC or
Yeah.
like make something Batman happen with it. Don't cock tease everybody by adding some. I mean, that Batman movie is like over a year old.
Those
Those are
a year
both
and a
old
half,
things.
yeah.
There's no reason to put that in that.
That's almost 2 years ago. now.
We added the '90s Wolverine skin to Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
The game from last year and the suit from the '90s for no reason, just
Yeah.
to make people go ooh.
You have to pay for it, do you? I should boot up my Arkham Knight on, I guess, PS4,
Mhm.
but it's 100%. I did everything
It's on
in that
5. You
game.
can play it on 5. It works on 5.
Can I transfer it all over? I guess.
I don't know. You have to ask Mr. Sony.
Yeah.
We don't have a Sony friend.
Senor Sony.
Hello. My name is Sanyo. So you have a commercial here where the guy goes, the Dairy Queen commercial. DQ.
Yeah, that's what I like about Texas.
There's Dairy Queens everywhere.
Yep.
Why are they co-opting?
I guess maybe they're from Dairy.
why
They're
are
from
they
Texas.
Stealing DQ
Maybe
Valor.
maybe they're like Whataburger. Maybe they're from Texas.
There's no way Dairy Queen is from Texas. That's such
you
a...
know what? I'm gonna look.
Okay. Jamie, pull that up. There's a bunch of shit like that here. My family, when they visited from the fucking family back east,
Back east.
visited and they got sandwich bags out of the drawer. And my dad was like, these sandwich bags are says Texas Tough on them. And he just tore it apart. And he's like, this is a fucking normal sandwich bag. It falls apart like everything. They just put Texas Tough on stuff.
What?
What?
International Dairy Queen is an American multinational fast food chain founded in 1940. It is currently headquartered in Bloomington, Minnesota. That's
Told
like
you.
as far from Texas as you can go.
Dairy Queen? That's cheese
The
country,
first
baby.
Dairy Queen was owned and operated by Sherb Noble and opened on June 22nd, 1940 in Joliet, Illinois.
Y'all don't know how to make no cheese down here in Texas.
Maybe that's what I like about Texas isn't the Dairy Queen thing. What is the... Let me see if I can find that commercial.
That's what I like about her.
That's what I like about Texas.
Everything's tough. Everything's Texas tough. Texas tough Ford. Texas Ford month. Texas Toyota month.
Yeah, Texas DQ and music.
You know the toughest thing about where I'm from, Virginia, that people say? West Virginia. A complete different state. There's nothing cool about being from Virginia. Everybody goes, oh, you're from West Virginia. Oh, you got to play Bluebell Taste
Austin.
just like the good old days after this. Would you kids like some homemade ice cream? You can't bust hunger unless you're Texas tough.
Hear that, Texas? That's the sound of hunger being busted.
Okay, yeah. And that's 10 years old. They've been doing that for 10 years. And it's not even a fucking Texas brand. It's in
Stolen
Minnesota.
Valor. Texas Steals Valor.
It's stolen Texas Valor.
Do they sing the same song in Minnesota like a comedian?
That's what I
on
like
tour?
about
That's what
Minnesota.
I dig about Wisconsin sometimes.
Hey, I thought this scene was cool in Waterworld that's on right now, where he takes her down under the water into the ruined city. That's probably the coolest part of the movie. Whenever I was a kid, that I saw.
Yeah, the optics of the underwater bubble thing.
Yeah.
Nice optics.
Yeah, and she's in a bathysphere.
She keeps wanting to fuck him. She keeps splooshing out.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
know.
dirt. He can swing across the boat. Everything
Yeah.
he does, she's like, Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Can you do the how fat is your epiglottis? Can you do the growl, the Pretty Woman growl?
No, I can't even do the. I can roll my R's, but I can't do the. Yeah. You can do that pretty good. Yeah.
You gotta have some spittle back there.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
have to have a fat
you gotta
epiglottis.
you gotta-
That's how I know I'm not gay. You know, I know I'm not gay because I can't fit anything down there.
Yeah, I've said that before.
So much-
Have I told you that? That's how I know I could never be gay, is because I have a really, really weak gag reflex. Like, oh, yep, I'm straight. I'm totally straight.
There's gay guys that just hold hands. They're called Saudi Arabians.
Yeah.
Just friendly.
Why are you saying this? Why would you ever say that I am gay?
But
Are you trying to get me killed?
Pretty Woman had the Won't You Pardon Me, Don't Walk On By, Don't Make Me Cry. All those old songs were about telling people what to do.
Yeah, right.
Now this is a brand new dance called the chicken. Everybody put your arms up and do it like this. There weren't any music videos.
Yeah.
It was radio. So it was an old black dude describing. First, what you do is put your hands to the side.
Yeah, right.
Turn around over to the other side now.
Yeah.
Come and do the chicken with me.
Yeah,
Everybody.
You missed the 1940s version of a podcast in the movie,
Yeah.
because Josh had to get up and leave because he had to steal $1.40 from Alamo
The
Draft House.
Jewishness of the movie inspired me to shortchange my weight.
So you're like, I gotta get out of here. I don't have enough for the bill.
Dude, watching De Niro act like a Schwartzmanbergensfield made me go,
You know what? I haven't been brought enough root refills for my. It says bottomless soda on the menu. It was clearly labeled, and he never once. I was horribly tortured, and they never brought me any
This
more.
is an affront. It's an affront.
If I pay $5.99 for a bottomless soda, I shouldn't have to hit the stupid button for you to come and bring me a refill. You should be watching and listening for my icicles to go tinkle tinkle, and then you bring me more Coca-Cola.
It's like fucking Paulie in Sopranos. Just the way he treats waiters, he just snaps him
Yeah.
and points. He's like, "Hey, rack up the rolls."
fucking coffee. What's
Yeah.
a normal coffee?
Yeah, he's such an asshole. God. Yeah, so yeah, you left and did not see the final scene of the fucking Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
And the final scene that you saw the part where, hey, spoilers, you saw the part where she comes to him and he's sitting there and she says, "What did you put in the medicine?"
No.
You missed that too? Jesus Christ.
I mean, everybody, I wanted him to get his comeuppance, and he had to go to his child's funeral.
so you
and
saw
it
a
was
kid's
like-
funeral,
The bad guy lost.
and then did you see him testify?
Yes.
And
That's when I
then
left.
then he said that they asked him,
It was getting into prolonged litigation, and I
right.
got bored.
Well, they asked him
I had to pee.
if he married her at the direction.
Shortchanged my waiter and pee.
They asked if he married her at the direction of
Yes.
of what's his name, and he said, "No, I loved her. I that's how we met." He basically kind of lied
Yeah.
because he was told, like, "Hey, you're driving this chick around. You should marry her.
Yeah.
You should get her."
You like red pussy?
And then she, what color do you like?
You like fat, swollen red pussies?
And so then the next scene, he's sitting in an office with the FBI guy,
Mm-hmm.
and she comes in and sits down because he's still. This is like while he's
It was cool. They didn't even
testifying or
say
whatever.
FBI. They said I'm from the Bureau of
the
Investigation.
Bureau of
It's
Investigation.
a
Yeah,
federal entity.
yeah, because it wasn't the
Didn't figure out
FBI
how to
back
make
then. Yeah.
acronyms yet. Like, we got all the time in the world to talk words. We don't need to shorten nothing.
Right. So his wife comes in and she sits down and she says, "Did you tell all the truth? Like, you say everything?" And he said, "Yeah, my conscience is clear and I've on to wait and all that." And then she goes, basically, "What was in the medicine that you gave me?"
Oh.
And he sits there and he just kind of looks at her for a second. He's like, "Whoa." She's like, "What was in the medicine that you
Okay.
gave me?" And he goes, "It was insulin."
Yeah.
And she just gets up and walks away.
Oh. And then she divorced him.
And then it cuts to a live radio show with kind of like a Prairie Home Companion type
Okay.
show in like the 40s or 50s or something
Yeah.
with a live audience, and there's a guy saying, and this has been the FBI files brought to you by Lucky Strike cigarettes, and it's
Nice.
like a true crime podcast,
Dragnet.
but it's it's like
Another
Dragnet,
open
yeah.
and shut case.
Yeah, and then there's like people, and then they have people like doing sound effects, like hitting typewriters and stuff,
Yeah.
like and making doors creak open in jail cells and jingling the keys and stuff. And it tells you the whole rest of the story, which is that Robert De Niro got convicted, but then he got let go in like 1947, and he still like went back to Oklahoma, which he wasn't supposed to, and then he died in a nursing home, and then Leonardo DiCaprio ended up going to jail, and he got released, and he ended up living with his brother in a trailer in Osage County.
It's all historical. There's no spoilers.
Right.
This is all information that has existed.
And then
You can't say that we spoiled you.
and then she divorced him, and then she married another guy, and she lived with her kids, and then freaking Martin Scorsese walks up, and as like the guy reading the obituary for the radio show of like, she was buried with her mom, and in 1937 she died of complications from diabetes. And then the movie ends on a shot of I guess it's all the currently living Osage people doing a drum circle and doing a dance, and it zooms way out, and there's like, I don't know, like 150, 200 people doing this dance. And I think those are the actual what's left of the Osage people.
Okay.
And that's the end of the movie.
Okay.
So I just had to tell the end of the movie to Josh.
Feel good hits of the summer.
Yeah, right. It's pretty miserable.
We should also do a scripted Dragnet style version of this show where we write the whole thing beforehand and talk like Dragnet dudes and make the whole thing about Chinese penises.
Yeah.
There's a killer on a loose and he's cutting off Chinese penises.
No investigation.
No. There weren't any investigations anywhere before that.
There wasn't no police.
You're not special that they
No,
didn't
sure.
give you an investigation. They invented the Bureau investigation during the movie.
Yes, they did.
Nobody investigated. What did the Indians do? Put some dirt in the wind and go, the killer's over that way. My creator has told me.
The Great Spirit has told me.
Hey, cleans with rag. The eagle wants you to make the restaurant.
I have divined by the Great Spirit that it was actually Colonel Mustard.
That game was called The Darkness, by the way, where he calls the girl cleans with rag. Did you play The Darkness?
No.
He's an Apache guy. He gets cool alien powers.
I think you told me
First
about that.
person
Yeah. I'll have
shooter.
to look it up.
Yeah.
We'll look it up. Hey, let's take a break.
Okay.
You know what they got a quarter pounder in France? Royale with cheese.
Cheese.
Hey, maybe we're going to have a Tarantino talk episode here coming up soon.
Tarantino talk.
Tarantino talking.
So Adrian was talking about that cat girl that had his plug up her ass with a tail and cat ears. She wanted him to call her meow meow.
yeah, okay, yeah.
She made him do that because she had his whole gentleman set down her throat.
His whole gentleman set down her throat?
Yeah. So it's like you'll do whatever they say if they've got your whole dick in their mouth. I call it gut.
Whole gentleman set?
It's called gut goose. Mother may I. He'll do whatever they say.
Yeah.
His whole his whole squire's quarters down to the back of her epiglottis. His entire queen and bishops.
Yeah. Did you ever play the Battlefront games, like the original Battlefronts?
Yes.
So I was watching a YouTube video of like a retrospective on them, and I was like, man, I remember playing those games. Those were fun.
Anything where you can walk up into a vehicle and get into it and fly away is awesome.
Yeah. And they had that, right? They had the
They had the Jedi fighters. They had a bunch of vehicles.
yeah, they have X-wings.
Yeah.
And then EA gets freaking Battlefront, and they turn into just another Battlefield, but with Star Wars skin on
Yeah,
it.
they need to E8 my balls. They screwed up everything. No, Jedi Survivor was good.
Yeah, they need to bring back LucasArts, man.
Did you ever go to TC's Lounge on the east side on Weberville? It was a jazz, funk, R&B club.
I don't think I ever did.
So every Monday they called it was White Night.
Yeah.
Only white people could go. Every other night it was Cedric, my friend Cedric. I told you
Right.
about. Yeah, that was his family. They ran that whole place.
Okay.
So I went there on White Night, and I was like, I can see how this wouldn't work out very well other nights of the week
Uh-huh.
because I don't. If I was the only white person here, I would probably be uncomfortable.
Yes.
It would be weird.
Yes.
It's an awkward situation.
Mhm.
This is one thing, and this is another thing, and they're different. And then I started to get all pilled about it. And I was like, how come we only get one night? How come we only get 1/7 of the time? And then I remembered Black History Month is only 1/12 of the time. So we're still
and
getting
even that,
more.
it's the shortest month. It's the weird short month. I mean, that's the one we gave them. We gave them the one with 28 days in it.
Yeah.
They don't even get a full month.
And then, I told you guys about my Spider-Man jizz shirt throw that I like to do around the house with my wife. I also like to do the Deadpool panty mask. If I find any of her panties anywhere,
yeah?
I put them over my face because the eyes are as big
The
as
eyes are as big as Deadpool whenever his eyes
I'm
get wide open.
Give me some chimichangas. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Where are you on this? You have the bottom level psychological needs: food, water, warmth, rest. Then it goes up to safety needs: security, safety, belongingness, and love needs. This is the second tier. Intimate relationships, friends, esteem needs, prestige, feeling of accomplishment.
Is that really what it is? I thought it was like, it's funny because as the closer you get to the top of the pyramid, the further the top gets away.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those, like you can only like you can only like have the distance to something, and if you keep going, you never get to the thing.
Yeah, you keep kicking the can down the street.
Yeah, it's that's what nobody's at the very, very top of the hierarchy of needs.
Well, the top is self-actualization, achieving
Yeah.
one's full potential, including creative activities.
That never happens. That doesn't happen. Even the people who achieve their full potential still don't feel like they've achieved their full. They're still sad. They still feel unfulfilled. There's no the human condition is to never feel
The
fulfilled.
sun burns us all.
Yeah,
Some versions of the triangle have transcendence at the top.
like joining Nirvana, like
I guess.
breaking free of the reincarnation
Again, fucking
cycle.
white people problems. I'm too busy trying to eat and hang out with my
Yeah.
friends. I don't have time for gauging whether I feel fulfilled or have a sense of purpose.
Yeah,
I think most people on Earth are too busy with general maintenance to get into like specifically knowing whether you feel fulfilled or complete or whatever.
yeah. A poor person didn't make up that pyramid.
No.
A person who's worried about how they're going to get their next meal didn't make that pyramid.
But it's also the top of the pyramid is a luxury for like people who either have all their bills paid because they're rich or all their bills paid because they're a child living with their parents. And you get a lot of kids.
Those are
living
the ones who can really start going after the very top of that
Yeah.
that pyramid.
kids with all their bill paid look in the mirror and go, "What am I?
Yeah.
I'm having an existential crisis.
I'm not like everyone else, I swear.
I'm not feeling fulfilled with my anime drawings creatively. I need to do more hentai."
My Minecraft house just isn't right. Just isn't quite perfect.
Have you noticed that Gen Z's not into horny stuff? They're complaining that everything's too horny.
Yeah, it's weird trendy crap. It's
Okay.
just weird. It's like now the trend is to be a Puritan about sex stuff. Like maybe it's because they have always had it at their fingertips. So maybe they're
Everyone's
like,
parents are sex positive, so it's gross.
yeah.
Ew.
It's like maybe it's it's one of those situations where since they could Google, they could just Google the most hardcore porn, and they're like, I'm over it. It's like how I got sick of country music when I was a kid because all that was around was country music, and all I ever heard was country music. I was like, man, fuck country music. I like grunge. Maybe not sex, like Puritan, like no horny stuff is the grunge.
Yeah.
Of like and sex, like porn is the hair metal, but like it's too much sex.
They already
That's
had a
the
punk
grunge.
phase. All the kids saw the Blue Waffle when they were 4. So they
Yeah,
don't care
right.
about like having a girlfriend when they're 12. I've already seen the Lemon Party
Right,
when I was a kid.
right.
I don't care.
Well, the other question is, who are they asking? How are they asking it? It's very. That seems to line up with the agenda of a lot of people to get all of the evil sex out of things.
Yeah. It's church all over again.
Yeah, but there's again, like
The
I've been
internet.
saying, we went from everybody's sinful to only certain people are sinful. So there's only one kind of sexuality that's bad, and it just happens to be, the most common one.
Well, you and me.
Yeah.
Straight, white, old, fat, ugly males. Because you had a Super Nintendo, you killed all the Flower Moons.
Yeah.
You're the killers of the Flower Moons because you enjoyed playing GameCube when you were 12.
Right.
I'm sorry. I feel bad. I went out with this girl when I first moved here. Twice. I think it was a MySpace hookup or something. And she invited me to a party. We watched Shaun of the Dead. That's how long ago it was.
Oh yeah, 2004.
And it was a bunch of people in a bedroom watching Shaun of the Dead. And we were sitting on the floor in front of the bed. She started holding my hand. So I put my hand on her leg. And then she got up and left. I texted her. I didn't know what happened. I messaged her on MySpace. She didn't respond. I ran into her again like a month later downtown on 6th Street. And I was like, hey, how's it going? She was not super attractive. She was like a olive oil kind of skinny brunette, weird nose.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? In front of all my friends and her friends, she goes, no means no, Josh. Everyone's always trying to rape me wherever I go. They can't stop looking at how attractive I am. She made this huge show that I had done something. I was like, you touched my hand in a bedroom, so I put my hand on your leg. I'm not Andrew Callahan for this.
Yeah, right. Okay, Kevin Spacey.
I didn't mean I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
The closest I can come to believing in a higher power now is just like that there's undulating vibes.
Undulating, yeah.
Kind of try to surf them.
There's vibrations of the universe, right?
Because trying to get on the same wavelength and get along with what's generally vibing.
It's a good way to think about it.
I know people that say thoughts and prayers, and I know people that say I'll be thinking about you. And then my wife's hippie friend was like, "Good vibes, sending good vibes."
Yeah, sending good vibes your way.
That's good. Do that. That's just as useful.
It's all the same. It's all the same thing. It's all the same brain. There's nothing. There's no difference between human brains. We all have the same makeup of brain, like chemicals of brains. So you think you're so much better than all those religious people. But you have your own religion. Everybody has their own. My religion is fucking Star Wars, which sucks. It's the meta of Star Wars. It's
Every
like
religion sucks.
That's kind of what I was thinking about that the other day. That's kind of what Star Wars has done. It's like now everybody's broken off into their own denominations. Like I'm the original trilogy denomination.
Post-tribber.
Yeah,
I'm a pre-tribber.
And there's the younger generation, and they're like the. I don't know, they're like the Christians, right? Because I'm like the Jews of Star Wars, and there's the Christians of Star Wars. They're like, well, but then there's this other thing called the prequels, and that's even better, and that makes the story this way. And then there's the stupid Mormons. They're like, Rey and Kylo should have been together.
Those are the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah. You just didn't like it because you hate strong women.
People that like their sequels trilogy need to go live in their own state surrounded by mountains.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Have multiple wives, multiple husbands, whatever. I don't know.
Did you ever get bullied when you were little? Did you have a bully?
Yeah, a few times. Oh, I had one kid that would bully me in 4th grade, and I would draw pictures of me like cartoons where like I had him trapped in a dungeon, and like I was torturing him in the dungeon. Yeah, it made me feel so good.
Yeah.
Like whenever there was a kid that was like a real asshole, and like he was always being a piece of shit, and I would draw like he was like in a dungeon, and I'm standing there like you should have been nice to me, and he's like his arm's missing. He's like, oh please, I help. You know?
You're like Calvin with Spaceman Spiff. I'm an intrepid adventurer, and I fight dinosaurs, and I have a tiger that talks to me. I got bullied, and I ran home crying, as you do.
Yep.
And I guess I was too old for my mom to comfort me anymore. I didn't really know it. And I came in crying, and she tried to like hold me and say it was okay. And I was like, go away, I don't want to talk to anybody. And she was so upset. She said, do you have a demon in you? And so then I went and told my friend. And I thought I was afraid that she said that. I was like, maybe I have a demon in me.
Right.
Because I can't stop being angry. Right. And I don't care if my mom hugs me right now. I just want to go be by myself. I never had that before.
Right.
It was like 11 or something.
Right.
So the classic, nurturing techniques were out the window.
Uh-huh.
I need to go be goth in my room and cry. But then I went and told my friend about it. I was like, I went home mad because it was his friend that was bullying me. And I was like, I went home mad. And my mom asked me if I had a demon in me, and he started laughing. And I was like, I think that critical thinking part of our brains are starting to develop. We're 12. We can laugh at our parents and laugh it off and not take it. I actually don't have a demon in me.
Yeah. Demons aren't real.
We can look at this the next day and how funny it was.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't have to be epic.
So I have a confession to make.
Oh, yeah?
I have spent more time on Twitter since Elon Musk bought it than I ever have before. It's because
we started a god-awful Twitter right after that.
Yeah, but it's because it's so much better because of all the memes and shit posts. And yes, it does have a very heavy conservative bent right now because those are the funniest memes. But I saw one, I have two Twitter feeds. I have one that is like the lefty liberal Twitter feed where it's all the people who are like, they follow the Trump trial every single day. And holy fucking shit, he's gone this time. This walls are closing in on Trump. Yeah. And then I have one that gets sucked into the right wing contrarian / pro Trump / Matt Walsh kind of idiots, because it's really easy to get sucked into that algorithm. Yeah. And so I see the New York Post a lot. So the New York Post gets posted, and there was one where it's like how to safely play with a Ouija board this Halloween. In the New York Post, like, here's the guide to how to use a Ouija board. This is in the New York Post. Wow. The entire.
Is there an unsafe way?
Yeah, summoning demons, I guess, because the entire
Event Horizon.
All of the replies were like, no, don't. Jesus is the answer. It's the only way. Those summon demons. Blah, blah. It was just like, that's where all the religious people are now, is they're all replying to the New York Post's Twitter saying, and then that's why the New York Post posted it, is to get that engagement and to get all the people pearl-clutching about demons and
I think if you
everything.
could summon a demon, everyone would be summoning demons all the time.
I know.
Just for funsies and giggles.
Well, see, the mainstream media won't tell you about that.
Now, here, we got a horn-honking problem.
Out of all the replies on that tweet, nobody was like, hey guys, none of this shit's real. Nobody said that. And I should have gone in there and I should have been the one to say, none of this is real, guys.
Yeah. You guys want to play mermaids and a Ouija board and X-Men?
I don't have any Neanderthal caveman beliefs.
So that was your confession. I have a confession.
Yeah.
I've seen the new Little Mermaid 4 times.
And
why? The scene is the key word. I have had it muted every time. I put it in the background while I'm working from home. I fuck with my phone. It's like an aquarium. It's cool. It's like an ILM aquarium with like.
But it doesn't look that good. It looks all muddy and murky.
I fuck with the settings on the TV, so it's.
I mean, just naturally the movie wasn't. The colors in the movie do not pop.
I like it. It's like having an aquarium. But then there's like a hot mermaid sometimes every once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's
they're all different kinds of colors. I like them all, like red, white, blue.
I'm greedy.
Yeah. We're gonna have to keep an eye on you, boy.
I just use it as a visualizer. Again, I don't have any yelling women in my fail army.
You're making. Are you watching it off Disney Plus?
I silenced the Little Mermaid's voice. She's voice has been silenced. I silenced all of their voices.
You're Ursula. Yeah. So, are you watching it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
So, like, they're just getting those metrics saying, "Oh, this must be really popular. This person watched it 5 times. We should make more. Put a chick in it. Make her gay. Make her lame."
Males 36 to 46.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the most afraid I've ever been in my life, I was in an Australian rave club. Austrian, sorry, not Australian.
Yeah, I was like, when did you go to Australia? I haven't heard this.
And I was having a fun night, but I was having a gassy time because there was Wiener Schnitzel everywhere on the road. I went to too many food trailers and got those delicious brats that like spray cheese as soon as you
bite into them.
With a fork and it hits your neighbor in the eyeball.
Yep.
I had too many of those, and then everybody wanted to go to a rave, so we're dancing. I'm like, I got to shit. And it was a nightmare. It was one of those club bathrooms where there's a tip guy with perfume and everything. And
it's like a strip club.
Yeah. And I was in the middle of Christian college.
Yeah.
And so I went into the stall and had to, do whatever. And I was trying not to be rude and make a lot of noise. So you know how you spread? You do the ass cheek spread so that you won't splatter. So I did the ass cheek spread and let out a toot, but it just kind of went.
Yeah.
And a gay Austrian man the next stole over. I could see his shoes. He was like, Ausfenhausen. He was like, I just turned on this gay dude with the sound of how open my asshole was. Because I was trying to fart politely. And now I'm trapped in this stall forever. I was looking for a window like a movie if I could get out the top.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't go anywhere now. I'm going to die. I'm going to get raped in Europe. So Trey and Matt Stone got a double deal is what you guys are saying on Discord? They have Paramount and Max.
Yeah, so I guess whatever. I mean, because they're Viacom, right? Viacom is Paramount. Viacom owns Paramount. Comedy Central is Paramount. But then, I guess when they bought 20th Century Fox, that got them all the South Park. Or no, that's Disney. So who's HBO? They Warner Brothers?
I don't know.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. I can't remember how it works, but
Goldenberg's
they signed a deal with HBO, but then they still have their deal with Viacom.
Okay.
But they can't when the stuff they put on Paramount Plus has to be an event. It can't be a movie and it can't be a series or something.
Okay.
So and they did a whole special about the streaming special, the streaming wars. You know.
Again, the devil wins. The most offensive show on television has 2 streaming deals.
Yeah.
It seems like we're doing okay with the Ouija boards. We don't need to worry about it.
Yeah. Right.
And then South Park copied our life.
Yeah. So this episode of South Park came out this
Special.
It's an event.
Joining the Panderverse.
South Park event.
And it's literally like within the first 5 minutes, it's, all the jokes and the talking shit about like how Disney sucks now and it's all just diversity and without any meaning behind it. It's just shallow surface level shit.
Make it gay.
It's all bad. And then nobody knows how to do anything anymore. So Randy is like, here's how you fix the oven door. You call somebody to come. And the guy comes to fix it. And he's like, oh, I don't have a part. I got to go to Home Depot. Exactly the same thing that happened to me 2 weeks ago because I had to have somebody do some of the work that I couldn't do. It involved drilling out to the bricks outside my house and running cable outside. Things that I would not have done.
You don't want to compromise the structural integrity of the hole here.
And then there's
You want to spring a leak?
Cartman doesn't want to go to school so he can stay home and play Baldur's Gate all day, and
that's
that
my
is
life.
very familiar to Josh.
They're following the God Awful Gospel Hour. So everybody watch all your favorite shows a couple months from now. They're going to do the same shit.
Yeah, they're going to be doing things that we're talking about.
Going to be making fun
We're
of
in the zeitgeist.
Killers of the Flower Jew voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, your whole thing about the religious aspects of woke culture is kind of the same thing I was saying about how like as soon as I quit going to church, the internet came out and then it turned into church again anyway.
Yeah, right.
So it's like just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Well, there's actually a South Park episode about that.
Like
It's
if you want porn, you have to participate in all this other bullshit on the internet.
Did you ever see the episode where Cartman freezes himself because he can't wait 5 weeks for the Nintendo Wii to come out?
I think I heard about it. I didn't see that one.
And then, but he accidentally like freezes himself for like 500 years, and then it's like Flash Gordon, and he's going through all these, through all these adventures, and then all of religion is gone, but it's been replaced by science. And so like science, damn it!
Oh,
and
it's like chased by raised by wolves.
Yeah, so it all becomes a religion again anyway.
Yeah,
that's the same thing. It's just happened on a much more faster scale, and now religion is like you don't have God, but what you worship instead is like whatever's rare, minorities, sexualities, like the little never nudes. There are dozens of us. People get sucked into the spiral of rarity of like things that are not usual, not like everywhere.
That's the same shit we were into when we were little with music. No one likes the same music as me. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm so darkness. I don't want my
so all
mommy
those,
to comfort me.
I've told whenever I've gotten into kind of, I guess you'd say arguments with people who are, so I guess you would say a little bit more woke. I have said that I guarantee you, if you hook up somebody to like a brainwave machine, a brain scan, and you hook up a religious person to a brain scan, and you have them listen to sermons that talk about how amazing and great Jesus is and how horrible and evil Satan is, and then you take a really, really hardcore like social justice woke person and you have them listen to people talking about how great black people are and gay people and all these minorities and how horrible white people are and how racist we are and all that, I guarantee you the same spots of their brains would light up.
Yep.
That's
dopamine.
That's exactly what it is.
It makes them feel self-actualized on the Maslow's triangle.
And it's the perfect point. It's a perfect analogy. It makes so much sense. And whenever I say it, I see the recognition that I'm right creep across the person's face, and then no, and then they double back down. I see that just for a second. Yeah.
So I want to find like the cheapest, poor, starving country that would take a certain amount of money to feed everyone there and fix it.
Yeah, like
and make a big budget movie to bring awareness to that country's starving people that cost the same amount as it would take to fix the country. So all the people can go, thanks for the awareness, but for the same price of making that film,
you could have just fixed the problem.
Saved my child from starving to death.
But instead,
thanks for the movie.
Instead, you had to make a second Captain Marvel movie.
It's like the South by Southwest of... You're being paid in exposure.
Yeah.
We're bringing. What if we did the same thing to Mexico that they did to South Africa? We'll take over the southern tip of Mexico and call it South Mexico, and not speak Mexican, speak Mexicans.
Mexicans. Yeah.
We can have our own apartheid. So this might end up being the season finale. So we should end on a cliffhanger.
Now there's going to be like 4 episodes after this, at least, right?
Yeah. Every episode we should end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Next episode of God Awful Gospel Hour, we're gonna kill